Hello and good morning. Today I've gone ahead and drawn the steps for the first part of the procedure so that I'm not going to spend quite so much time filming. You guys can always pause to do your drawing. First thing we're going to do today, this is for lab on Tuesday, we're going to be getting ready to do a single replacement lab. But we're doing this because we want to do the quantitative part of it and use some stoichiometry. Step one, safety-wise, we need to have goggles on. You also cannot have any food, okay? Nothing at the lab stations. Really shouldn't even be chewing gum. All right, the silver nitrate can be toxic, so we don't want to have any food. Step two, you need to write out your equation. I'd like you to write it out large so it fills the paper. Copper plus silver nitrate aqueous leads to silver solid plus copper 2 nitrate aqueous. Step 3, you're going to get a piece of copper wire. You're going to get a piece of steel wool. You'll use the steel wool and rub it across the wire so that you're basically removing any copper oxide from the outside of the wire, and it'll help it to react more easily. Step 4, you'll get a clean, dry 50 milliliter beaker and put your name on it with a vis-a-vis pen. Step 5, you need to mask the copper wire from step 3. You're also going to mask a 50 milliliter beaker that you have your name on, and you'll get a small vial of silver nitrate. That'll be a little container of silver nitrate, and you'll mask that, okay? And all that will be recorded in the data table that you're going to put at the bottom of this information, the procedure. Step 6, you will pour the silver nitrate crystals into the 50 milliliter beaker. After that, we'll find the mass of the empty vial, and you'll figure out how much silver you added to the beaker by subtracting the mass of this from the mass of the vial plus the silver nitrate. Step 7, we need to add 30 milliliters of distilled water. Where do you get your distilled water? Well, of course, from the water bottle at your table. You need to measure it out, 30 milliliters. Step 8, we're going to take that wire and coil it into kind of a I don't know, twister, tornado-like thing. And up at the top, you need to keep a little hook because you're going to hang it over a wood splint. Step 9 and 10. 9, you'll hang it on the wood splint. So let's say that this is my copper wire. It's actually a pair of scissors for ripping seams. And here's my wood splint. You'll hang it like that, okay? But it'll be, of course, coiled around. Then you will take it and you'll set it down into your 50 milliliter beaker. Okay? We good? All right. After that, we're going to let it sit. So you're going to bring it over to the fume hood, and then on Wednesday we will come back and you will finish this part of the lab. You need to make a data table. I want you to copy this data table into your lab notebook. Make sure you have a large enough space that you can write. Make sure you put your name and put your title and the observations on the top. Underneath that, you need to have a space for observations, because when you are done on Wednesday, when you come back in, first thing you're going to do is write down what do you see in the beaker. All right. Now, all right, we have, I cannot move that. There we go. Day 2, I'm actually just going to move it up here. Make it easier. For day 2, you'll start out by making an observation. So this will be Wednesday morning of your little beaker with your coil in it. Then you will take the beaker, and remember here is my fake coil, and you're going to take this and tap it on top of the beaker because you want to shake as much of the silver off into the bottom of the beaker as you can. Step 3, I will have acetone for you. Probably put one container of it at each station. You'll dip your copper wire into the acetone and then let it dry. This should dry fairly quickly. That's why we're dipping it into the acetone. Then you'll take your copper wire, find the final mass of it, and then you'll record that. Then you're going to get a piece of filter paper, find the mass of the filter paper, fold it up, put it into a funnel. Step 5, you'll pour your 50 milliliter beaker solution of silver nitrate into the funnel and allow that to drain through. You want to get all of your little silver crystals in there too, so you can use a wash bottle to squirt up inside of the 50 milliliter beaker and wash all that in. You want all of your solid in here. You don't want anything left in here because that's going to screw with your final results. Step 6 says to wash it. What that means is you fill the filter paper up almost to overflowing with distilled water and let it drain through. And you're going to let it drain through 3 times. After that, carefully take your filter paper out. You can kind of open it up. You don't need to open it all the way, although you can. And you're going to set it on a watch glass. Make sure you've put your name on that watch glass. And again, we'll take it to the fume hood for drying purposes. The last day we'll simply be measuring and doing calculations, and we won't need a video for that. All right. Thank you very much.